I am your host, Lia Dunlap, and you are listening to the Oracle on Purpose podcast, where we help intentional leaders clarify their purpose and next steps to create a work and life of significance.
Hi, I'm Lia Dunlap. I'm the Oracle on Purpose. I help guide leaders, women leaders, especially entrepreneurs and business leaders who are, phenomenal in their own right, but are still hitting some of those limitations that keep them from being fully 100% authentically them in their life and their business. So this topic today about why you can't try to be authentic, that it will not work, that trying to be authentic itself defeats the purpose. And this is something that I think people get up against when they find themselves wanting, right, desiring to be seen for who they really are. They start this process of trying. They try to show up a certain way. They try to get their message across. You might find yourself, if you're one of them, trying to make sure that what you're saying is speaking to your audience. Does that sound familiar? So if you're one of those people that has felt like you keep trying and trying and trying to let your authentic self show up and no one's getting it, or you're not getting the results that you really want from your exposure or your visibility, then it might be time to take a step back. Okay, just take a step back and recognize that the trying is the problem. The trying is what is causing you to seem disingenuous, to not really connect with your people, to hold back that secret sauce that's yours and yours alone, because you're trying to clean it up and make it presentable. You're trying to prove that who you are is valuable or worthy, or that it's going to help make a difference in the lives of the people that you serve, because of like your own unique something, whatever your own unique something is. In our circle, we call it your unique life purpose. That's, to me, once we know what that is, and here's the secret, okay? You don't even have to watch to the end. I know, I can hear my mentor right now saying, what? You're going to tell them the juicy stuff right now? And the truth is, yes, I am. And I'll tell you why. Because trying to be authentic never works. Trying to be anything never works. The trying is the problem. The trying means that you're not being it. And one of my clients the other day said a phrase that I'm sure you have heard or maybe even said yourself before, which is, I'm just going to fake it until I make it. Fake it until you make it. That's the clichéd statement. Okay, there's so many things wrong with that. So many things wrong with that statement. But we'll just start at the very beginning, which is, if you are faking it, if you are pretending to be something that you really don't feel you are, then that alone is going to come off as disingenuous. It's going to come off as odd or off, right? This might look like you being a person who has, I would like to talk about my curly hair because it's a real thing. It might be somebody who has really curly hair, but spends their hours and hours, and I know this for a fact, hours and hours straightening it and getting it to look coiffed in just the perfect proposed way that they feel other people think is professional. All right, I told you I was going to step on toes. Okay, so if that's you, breathe. It's not that having straight hair or straightening your hair is a problem. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the idea that you're straightening your hair because you believe that other people believe that having straight hair is a sign of respectability and professionalism versus your natural curls. Now, I call this one out because, hello, I have natural curly hair, and this is one of those things that, full disclosure, for a long time early on when I was in the corporate world, I did that. I would spend hours flat ironing my hair or pulling it back, like trying to control it so that I would fit into this image in the banking world, which is one of the places that I worked, where I felt as if that was a sign of being professional, right? And that somehow my naturally curly hair, which is just the hair on my head, was not. So that's one way. And there can be a lot of other ways like that. So similar to that you may actually be creating that cycle. So keep that in mind. Are you doing the act of something to show that you're professional because you think that's something else someone else wants? So consider that. That's the outward stuff, right? That's the stuff that we show outside of us. And a lot of us have those pieces, like we wear a suit, or we might dress up or dress down depending on what our role is, even though it's not how we normally dress. So that's another way, like that's the external version of faking it until you make it. So aside from the fact that the effort alone of being out of alignment with who you are is causing you to waste energy, your own natural energy, it doesn't ever get received the right way because you're not being real. So what is it to be authentic? What does it mean to show up and to share? And why might we and you and others feel as if whoever you are, curly hair, straight hair, tall, short, like we talked about before, why that's not enough? Why there's something off about that, right? So ask yourself, what is it that makes you feel like some part of who you are isn't right for whatever it is you desire, right? Whatever impact you desire to make, whoever you hope to serve, where are you calling inside of yourself something wrong, not right enough, good enough, whatever? And where are you just naturally 100% real? That's the person, that's the whatever you are, that's the leader, that's the owner, that's the business developer who people need to understand and know, right? We talk about know, like, and trust, especially, in the business industry, as these fundamentals for growing your business. But if you're not really who you're always in your core of who you are, and you spend your time in this whole fake it till you make it kind of pyramid, then your people aren't going to really understand, know, like, or trust the real you, right? It makes you untrustworthy. Like I said, stepping on toes, I'm just being real talk. That's what I told you. So what do you do instead, right? Because we are also about creating and envisioning the life you want to have. So how do you do that if you're not there yet? And the reality is the part of you that wants it, the part of you that desires it, knows exactly what it will feel like, how you'll be in that moment, what your life will look and feel like at that time. It's already pulling you towards that. So any way that you can align to that, any way that you can anchor that in and show up that way is authentic. So it's not about pretending, it's about being. So I want you to try this on. Get a pen, get a paper, get a giant Post-it if you have one, and write this down. What if you replace the phrase, fake it till you make it, with be it until you see it? Be those things, stand in that posture, use your voice, right? Your words, which matter, in the same way you would, or you will, when you reach that whatever goal you're looking for, whether that's a business revenue goal or a certain amount of clients or landing a particular client. Be the person now in every aspect that you can. That's it. Your wholeness, right? The wholeness that you are, stepping into that place and saying, if this happens, when this happens, I will, speak a certain way on the telephone. In other words, I will take my time. I will feel calm. I will feel confident. I will look people in the eye. I will take more time off. I will be with my family more. What are those things? Start doing them now and really do them. Be them now. And that will shift who people see you as because you're being it, right? Not because you're trying, but because you're actually doing it. And so finding those spaces, finding the ways that works for you, that can take an outside, mirror. It can take someone helping you to look at that and look at what your life is like and help you to align with that internally and to express that externally in alignment, right? So that it's not fake feeling, so that it is authentic, so that it is deeply rooted in who you really are. Then you're not trying. Then you just show up and you be. And if you are someone right now is listening to this thinking, oh my gosh, I feel that sense of always being one layer deep behind this shell of who I am that people think about, and that effort of putting it out there every day, maybe, of trying to keep that facade shiny and impressive and all those things. If that resonates with you, that is truly kind of the secret inside of you that you've been living through, I want you to know it doesn't have to be that way. And more importantly, I want you to know that having it be that way is what's making it hard. It is the trying, the efforting that is making it hard. So I would love to support you, and I'm about to open the doors to something fabulous that is just for the right people. So I'm going to put that right out there. This is for you when you are the person who has made a significant shift in your life, in your business. You're at a level where things are working, right, on paper, and you still feel as if you're disconnected, or that there's not a deeply rooted connection to the source of your truest happiness, right? Your purpose doesn't feel fulfilled every day. If that's you, we have an amazing event coming up, and I want to just take a moment now and share that with you. And here it is. We have our next Master Creators event happening. It's the Master Creators Alchemy Retreat, and it's going to be held in Scotland this year. It will be happening in August 3rd through the 10th. And we literally have not even opened the doors to the public yet, and we have half of the seats already sold, which is good news. And which means I really want to make sure that if you're one of those people who's been watching the other retreats, who's been saying, one day I want to step away, I want to work with Lia, I want to be in this group, I want to be in this circle of people that are making these amazing transformations and having these great results. Knock, knock. As I said, now's the time. It is time to stop faking it. It is time to start being who you are meant to be in the most fulfilled way possible, so that you can actually shine and show up and feel good in your skin, whatever you decide to do with that, right? So if you're a business leader, if you're an entrepreneur, if you are, some of the people that we have coming with us, they are industry leaders as doctors and real estate agents and healers and providers of healing care and coaches. If those start to get the little tingles going on, like the spidey tingles, and you're like, that's me, I want to invite you personally. I know that the transformation that happens in these 7 days will really anchor in a part of that deep confidence of knowing who you are and being who you are 100%. Being that authentic self, perhaps you've been trying to be for so long. It isn't for everyone. We are, like I said, we're traveling to Scotland. It's 7 days. It is all inclusive. So once you say yes, we're going to take good care of you. We're going to take you right off the plane and deliver you to the beautiful property that we're going to be at. You will be cared for with white gloves all the way through, have the opportunity to hang out with some incredible people and really dive into owning who you are meant to be in a way that lets you shine out into the world and receive so much prosperity and abundance and joy that you'll probably look back on this year afterwards and just shake your head in amazement. In fact, one of my clients today at the end of our call said, I said, what are you walking away with? Like, what's one word? And she just went, no, I can't. It's like a feeling. My mind is blown. Right? And what if you had that delightful experience of having your mind blown, not one day, but 7 days in a row? So if that's for you, I'm going to put the link below so you can check it out. It is only available, like I said, to a handful of people. We are literally in the process of finding a big enough event space. I was almost going to say what it is. And so we have a maximum number of spaces left of 12. And those are going quick. So we've already sold half of the spots. There was 18 altogether. We've already sold more than half at this point. So if you would like to be with us, please click on the link below or send me a direct message and ask if this is for you. And we'll talk about it. Like I said, we only have a few select seats left. And I want to make sure that if that's for you, you're there with us. All right. Have a great rest of your day. Remember, you do not have to fake it until you make it. And you don't have to keep trying to be who you are meant to be. The world is waiting for you. Remember, you're here on purpose. Bye now.
Thanks for tuning in to the Oracle on Purpose show. If you found value in this episode, we'd appreciate you leaving a comment. Also, you can subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't yet. If you'd like to get clear on your highest vision and next steps, go to oracleonpurpose.com. See you next week.